What's up, Internet? I'm Pete and Bessie here with my good friends, Jesse Larson, Ozzy Panko, and Robert Thompson, and welcome to another episode of Slackcast. Today we're going to be talking to you guys about games that everybody seems to love, that one or all of us just never seem to get into, or really just hate with a passion. So, I think Thompson was the one who was probably the most prepared for this podcast. He did a lot of research. He has a lot of hatred in his blood for a specific blue hedgehog that many people seem to hold dear to their heart.
Yeah.
So, why don't you start us off with that?
Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, he's classic. You know, people love him. I have no desire to ever play a Sonic game. I grew up playing Sonic games. I played pretty much everything. Well, I was like 20.
So up until what, like Adventure 2?
Yeah, basically.
The Dreamcast ones?
They're all bad, you know? That's how I see it.
Wow.
I don't understand.
Every single one?
I really just don't like
Then
Sonic.
why did you keep coming back for more?
Because everybody would say, this game is great. You didn't play the next one, it was great. You know, nothing changes. The game just got worse over time.
You don't even you don't like the original ones though?
No, I don't like any Sonic games.
Why not?
Like, okay, we played Brawl or whatever that has Sonic in it. Like, how much did I get mad when we played Sonic?
I
really hate Sonic. Like,
what does that have to do with
can you articulate what's wrong? Like, what's wrong for the game for you?
It's just like I don't like anything.
Sonic's just a chump.
I don't.
Right?
Sonic's a chump. He's like, okay, right. You know what really kills me?
I mean, I get that he's annoying because he's all like
Sonic, yeah. Gotta go fast!
It's a big issue, like, he turned into, like, Eddie, but, like,
yeah,
prior to them getting Eddie,
he was always Eddie,
and having, like, Shadow the Hedgehog, and,
yeah.
But, like, his partner, Tails, is more effective than him. Like, Sonic goes fast, Tails can fly. Like,
so, Luigi's better than Mario?
No.
In the games, he is.
Oh, well, that's like
He's jumps longer.
Argument for a different day. We're talking about Sonic here, being outclassed by literally, and, like, his main villain is, like, a failure. And he's like, he doesn't beat any. Like, every other game...
That guy blew up half the moon!
Like, what did that do to people? Like...
What did He blew up half the moon!
Probably had a serious effect
with a robot moon!
Had a serious effect.
I don't know,
I don't even remember that. It doesn't matter. Sonic sucks. Like, it's just, I just don't like it.
I mean, I see what you're saying about the new ones, because in the new ones...
the new ones are garbage, don't get me wrong.
Right.
So I haven't enjoyed, and even you're right in terms of, like, that the Adventure series, like, they're pretty crappy too. Like, I like them, like, nostalgically, and they were good for the time. We all enjoy the Chow Garden.
No,
stop saying that. Not you! Stop putting those words in my mouth. Okay, not you, maybe every other person in America.
I didn't enjoy any of those games at all. Like,
obviously.
And that's it too, he didn't enjoy that game.
Go to the Chow Garden.
Chow Garden.
Like, why would you do that? That's
man, the first, like, the OG Sonics are... They're really tight.
Okay, like the first Sonic that came out, like I might play again.
I'm gonna make you play
first Sonic.
We're gonna do it one day,
and we'll go from there. We'll see if I can get like a little.
You gotta play it.
I won't argue that the farther you go in Sonic's career, the worse the games get. That's absolutely true.
Like, why is he so? It's like not like Mario, where it's like a classic every like couple of years. Like Sonic's like a couple of good games like 20 years ago. Yeah, you can't ride on the success forever. Like he's
not 20 years ago. He's only 15 years old overall.
All right.
But I think it's the bottom line is that a lot of people look at him nostalgically. For one thing, and I think it's that like people want the games to be good.
Like, what did you contribute to like games as a whole? Like Mario Revolution.
The Genesis. You know, like the whole like Nintendo Sega rivalry was huge. It wasn't a failure though. It lost.
I mean, everyone got your wish though.
Think about it though, like
you got your wish though. Sonic's terrible.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like it's just like
so what
everybody
really
hates
do?
him just as much as you do.
Like what did it really like do for this like gaming as a whole? It didn't like revolutionize anything. Like the game's figured out.
It did quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's like a guy that like even gets overshadowed by the fact that like being in Brawl is like Mario is just like the star. And it's like, oh yeah, come over here. Like I'll give you some of my like leftover fame. You can have it. Like
people like
my fighting.
People like an underdog, man.
That's what I mean. Like
it's a Cinderella story.
Yeah. Well, I guess. I mean, we talked about Sonic for like a long time.
Also, I want to argue that running really fast is a great superpower. I just want that on there.
It's like it's not the Flash.
I mean, I have like a special place for my heart for Sonic. Like I definitely was really into Sonic when I was a kid. And I think. I mean, there's a lot of good Sonic games, but they're just garbage. You know?
Okay.
I'm glad we can agree.
Oh yeah, I don't think anybody can argue that.
Garbage dog shit.
Alright,
So you think Borderlands is dog shit?
Okay,
that's
fine. We'll jump to me. I am not a fan of Borderlands. Do not like Borderlands. I've tried to get into it on so many occasions. I never played Borderlands 1, but I played Borderlands 2 because it was coming out. It was a really exciting title. You were really excited about it. I had missed Borderlands 1, and everybody was kind of like, well, don't worry about Borderlands 1. Borderlands 2 is basically the same game, but better. So I gave it a shot, tried playing it by myself, really couldn't get into it. I tried playing it with my girlfriend, really couldn't get into it. Jesse and I tried playing it together a couple times after he had a similar experience. And just by and large, just the humor doesn't resonate with me. I don't find the mechanics to be particularly fun. It's just like kind of a boring quest. It's just like, go here and shoot some things. Go here and shoot some things. And it's just like,
I don't know. I thought they kept it interesting enough for me to play both the games all the way through. So,
I mean, obviously, I'm in the minority. I mean, you agree with me though, right? You never really got into Borderlands too much.
I mean, I didn't have any ill will towards it. It just wasn't my style. That was really it.
Yes.
It's just like I'm definitely not mad about it or anything.
I'm
not mad about it.
I don't have as much like fire in my belly as Thompson does about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to give that impression either. I don't hate Borderlands. I just I don't know. Every time I played it, I was just kind of like...
The specific segue we had was, speaking of dog shit...
But it's like, I do think it is a shitty game. And I stand by that.
That's bold.
I don't hate it. I'm not Borderlands, but just Borderlands does not speak to me on any level, and I don't get why it resonates with so many other people. I gave it a lot of shots.
Alright, let's use that as a jumping off point for your opinion of Dark Souls.
Okay.
Because Rob and I also love Dark Souls, so...
Yeah, I hate Dark Souls.
Yes.
But I'm gonna put this right on the table that, my experience with Dark Souls is so limited.
And that's
and I'll admit that. So,
Yeah.
that being said, take my opinion with a grain of salt. But my biggest problem with Dark Souls is that it's an inherently broken game. There's just... I see the wins. I see the wins. I know.
It hurts to feel that,
but it's just
that's
I don't decry people. So you want to enjoy Dark Souls, that's your prerogative. I think that's totally fine. Whatever.
You make it sound like it's like if you want to do that to your body.
Yeah, right. That's how I feel about it. That's just the truth.
You don't need that higher grade case. Just
yeah,
you want to do heroin? Go ahead and do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But did you beat it?
What? No, I haven't beat it.
And that's the problem. Is you're coming I would say the same thing until I had beaten it, and then I beat it, and it's
no, but
I want to share this with the world.
But that's okay,
What?
because that's crap. You should not. I hate when people throw the words did you play the game? It doesn't get good until you put 100 hours into it.
This is not a game that gets good after 100 hours. This game is inherently good. It's not broken. It's a great game.
No, it's broken. It's broken.
What's broken about it?
It's pretty fucking broken.
Thank you. Come on, man. It's one thing if you like it. It's another thing to not admit that it's flawed.
What's the flaws with it? I'm just curious. What do you see the flaws in it?
I mean,
what do you think the flaws? Because you played.
I was gonna say my things are. I think it's clunky.
Yeah.
One thing.
All right.
And a lot of my bigger problems with it too are that I feel there's a lot of systems to it that feel outdated for when it came out. And it's it was a kind of a late Xbox 360 game, and it looks like a very early Xbox 360 game. And graphics don't necessarily matter.
You think so?
I do think so.
Those are beautiful.
The environments are pretty cool. Some of the bosses are really good. But the generic enemies look like crap. And I think a lot of their animations are really bad. Especially
you fought skeleton meals. You don't know.
The undead, the skeletons, stuff like that. They look like crap. Their animations are just awful.
Right. Yeah.
Shambly, and not obviously they're zombies, but in a way that's just I don't know, dude. I just think jagged and laughable. At times where it's just I'm sorry, and I know I'm inviting.
Take that from.
I'm inviting hate on myself for this. It's that's fine. I'll take that.
All right.
So I would like to hear what you think is broken about the game.
I'm
What
curious.
is broken about the game?
Yeah, I mean, isn't the only class even worth playing Fire Rage?
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's something.
But
or how there's an item that lasts you at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, whatever.
The healing item?
The memento.
Oh yeah.
It's you get healing over time, but it's really just percent health once.
There's there's even a worse.
Oh, there's an item that literally does
Well,
nothing.
that does nothing. Yeah,
But it tells you it does nothing.
Yeah. Right.
It's just a trick. It's a red herring.
I like to think of it like...
But you can exchange it for an item that's like worth something.
But that's fine. Like, I don't mind them putting a red herring, but I have a problem with
it's not a red herring because you can exchange it for a useful item.
You can?
Yeah, it just said that.
I'm sorry. But like the healing item, that's just straight up like.
See, like I like to think of it like this. Like the world you go into is an undead, bleak, terrible world, and everyone else before you has failed, and that's why they're there. And like you're going into this, and like everyone else has failed for reasons that you find out throughout the game. Like maybe one guy wasn't like strong enough to get through, or he just like screwed up and grabbed the wrong item and it was cursed, or he just like killed his friend and he got killed too, or something. Like crazy shit happens in this world, and like you're going in and you pick the wrong items. It's like it implies that you are just another traveler in this world. You, although you're the chosen person to do this, like you can fuck up and grab the wrong item. And like that's your mistake, and
that's
everyone
fine.
else's mistake for you.
How could this happen to me?
But yeah, that's my 2 cents on Dark Souls. Do you have anything to add about Dark Souls? Like I know you played through it like halfway through it, and you gave up because you just were done.
Yeah, I just got mad at it.
But like,
Because like it's just like there's inherently broken things about it.
You gave up at Ornstein, didn't you?
Huh?
You gave up at Ornstein, right?
Yeah.
Ornstein Snow, which is like the hardest. It's the exact midway point and hardest boss in the game.
Yeah, and like it was just because like, and then like I just like learned like what you guys were doing to like have to like beat the game pretty much, and he was like, oh, like Fire Rage, everything else too like sucks, and I was like, oh well, like I'm just a warrior, so like I'm like fucked.
yeah.
So like the entire game has just been like me like just going up this uphill battle, and then, like I just hit a breaking point where I was just like, I thought I hit a stride, and then like I just got kicked in the balls. And I was just like, oh, okay, I'm not playing this anymore. Like I'm just done.
It's like that's not fair. Like you shouldn't
Yeah.
you shouldn't get that far in a game and not be able to progress because the game didn't tell you that there's only one viable class.
You
Also-
think your one's viable.
Also, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you put points into what is it, Constitution, Vitality,
Yeah.
doesn't that just not do anything
It
at all?
raises your health, but the problem is that damage from enemies comes in like as a percentage or something, so
Right.
it really doesn't matter.
So that's broken. That is a broken system.
Okay, I'll give you that. Mechanics could be a little fixed. I've yet to play Dark Souls 2, so I don't know. But I still feel really strong about this game. Like, it's the only game that I've ever had to work so hard at that, like, every game comes easy to me. Pretty
I
much.
respect
And,
that,
like,
though.
I beat that, and I never felt so satisfied. As in, like, every other game I've played, I've loved some games more than that, but I've never got that satisfaction from beating another game like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So, like, that was the, like, definitive. I was like, dropped the controller, I was like, dude, I did it. Like I did it, you know?
No,
Unbelievable. Like, that was the
I totally
triumph
respect
of my
that.
life.
And I get that. It's just like,
Crowning achievement.
I think my problem with it is more so that people talk about it like it's this, like, you know, like, killer in game design, or like it's this massive achievement.
It
And
does not add anything
I don't
like that.
No, I think it's like a step backward. And it's like the fact that you had a great experience with it is irrelevant. Like, I'm glad that people enjoyed it. Like, that's fine.
To
I
say
don't.
it's a step backward is a little much.
Yeah,
You think?
rough.
All right, maybe that's harsh. But
I don't think it really, like Demon Souls was out before. It didn't really add anything new to the table, but, like, as a game, I just think it's, like, if you, like, take the time to beat this game, you can just, like, feel really good about beating it. Like, there's nothing better than that. Like, saying you beat it was kind of like a badge of honor, you know? Like, you're gonna be, like, going to the tombstone and be like, you know, died this age, and it's like, he beat Dark Souls.
He
though.
beat
You
Dark
know,
Souls.
It's like, on your tombstone.
all right, well, we've been talking about
Yeah.
Dark
Right,
Souls forever.
I was gonna say, so
Popular game.
I like Dark Souls, you hate Dark Souls.
You're indifferent.
You like Animal Crossing, I hate Animal Crossing.
Which I think is hilarious because you used to like that game.
I used to like it when I was in high school. Yeah, playing on the GameCube and stuff. But I don't know. Yeah, like I play it now, and it's just like it's a stupid chore simulator. That's
See,
all it is. I hate Animal Crossing.
I think, I mean, like, I understand not liking it. I don't understand hating it. Like, it's one thing, like, I know, like, Jesse and I have talked a lot about, like, you were definitely a big Harvest Moon fan when you were younger as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I was also super into Harvest Moon games. And you and I were both also fans of Viva Pinata when we were younger. And it's, again, like, I think there's a real value to games like that. You know, like, I like, you know, as much as I love a game that's about murder and mayhem, or, you know, competitive skill, or
like, dude, don't get me
anxiety.
like even when it comes to casual games, I think I'm just more into like city builders and
But see, even that, I don't, like, those games are not even, like, casual, they're just slower. Like, you know, like, those games are, like, very methodical, they're not, like...
right.
You know, it's
I
like-
guess that's what I mean.
And I like those games, too, I just think that, like, there's even a different dimension to a game that's like that because it's like it's calmer. There's a
Well, that's
certain
what I'm
cadence
getting
to
at.
it.
I guess whenever I'm looking to play a game that's slow, I just go right to a game like that rather than something like Animal Crossing. I don't know. Animal Crossing to me just seems like a waste of time.
Well, I mean that's fair, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess
You know, it's like why should
If you're not
I?
into like collecting for collecting's sake, then
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like why should I play Animal Crossing when I could like clean my own room
But I mean,
or something? You know.
that's fair, I guess. But you can say that about a lot of things. You know,
I mean, yeah.
You know, it's like why play a game that's like why play an MMO that's all about grinding, you know, or something like that. Or it's just like if you get something out of it, you get something out of it. You know.
Yeah.
But like it's just funny.
But, like,
I just think it's weird that you used to be so into it, and now you're you hate it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it's just the concept of the game itself that I just fell out of.
You're just like a life simulator. For instance.
Yeah. Like that's why I don't like stuff like The Sims.
I was gonna say that was another game we want to talk about was The Sims.
Yeah.
Which I mean, none of us really have any particular attachment to The Sims.
It's like I played the first one like however many years ago.
Yeah.
And I had fun. I used to put people in the pool, take out the light, and they'd drown, and put them in the bed next to the fireplace.
Yeah, you do funny shit, but
Yeah, but like that's like
I don't think expansions too. Like there's one with magic and
I
stuff.
never did that. Never ever did that.
The magic one was fun because you could like turn your neighbors into like frogs and shit and do all kinds of
an all-around terrible.
Yeah, basically. Like that was the one I spent the most time with. I played a little bit of Sims 3 because I remember I installed it on my laptop for my girlfriend, and like I'll admit I was a young kid. I pirated the game. I wasn't going to pay $6 for Sims 3. And I was testing it. Right? Exactly. I do not pirate games now. I would not pirate a game, just on the record.
God forbid.
I'm just saying, it's not right, man. But I did do that then to The Sims, and Sims 3, and I played. I don't know, like I
the
played.
list keeps getting bigger.
No, not The Sims. I bought the first
No,
Sims.
I'm
I'm
kidding.
sorry, that was just a mistake. I pirated The Sims 3, and I put a couple hours into that game, like the day I got it, because I set it up to see if it was working, and then I was just like, why am I playing this? It was just like I'm just like this is
dumb.
Yeah.
It is dumb.
Yeah, and I guess like that's what you're saying about Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
but, like,
it's just dumb.
but I find that game to be really charming. Like there's a
It's got good like art design,
and the characters are cute.
Right?
Like
Yeah, I'll agree with you there, but it's a dumb game.
I guess, but I can see that. I feel the same way about The Sims essentially. So like I guess I can see where you're coming from. For sure. All right. Well, we got through a couple games. I know, Jesse, you want to talk about Ico.
Ico, yeah, totally. Ico, but yeah, it's just I just don't like
Totally.
It's just like a big
Totally.
so I don't play it.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat yourself?
Yeah,
We talked over you because we're rude.
Yeah, of course. They're rude. Anyway, Ico, I didn't really particularly like just because I don't like those kinds of like meditative, like finding a monster giant. I guess you just then like find a button and hit it or whatever.
Yeah.
Just never really solved.
Wait, save me Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, that and then like Ico, where it's just
Ico's pretty similar.
yeah, it's like you're like
It's
through a
not-
labyrinth and you're like climbing.
But like you didn't even like Shadow of the
No, I played both
Colossus.
of them. It's just like, I think it's a really artsy game that I just wasn't into.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Like, you
but,
can
like,
tell that it's like it's oozing self-expression. Like
You really like Shadow of the Colossus, right?
Yeah, dude, like that. Like I remember, like
Good.
you know, like just
like
having a PS2, and it was just like one of the first games I think I ever really had that like showed me what the PlayStation 2 was able to do. So maybe that's why like
yeah.
I liked it so much, because it was the first game that I really had that like looked amazing.
And we're back. Sorry about that. Battery died. We're back. Let's get back to it. We just wrapped up talking about Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, so now Thompson wanted to talk about a very divisive game, Mass Effect 3.
Okay.
So, hit us.
Alright,
This is
so
your sob story.
Ready
let's
for
be like
the
this.
butter.
Like you you better get ready. You pick up Mass Effect 1, right? And they're like, alright, it's Mass Effect. All these choices are gonna have a Mass Effect. It's great. The title
It's
is there.
Mass Effect!
Right, the title is there. Like
I think it might be misinterpreted.
No, it might be. But like, let's follow me on this
They actually
journey.
tell you in the codex what
Yeah.
the Mass Effect was.
It's
Right.
like a
It's
warp
many
drive.
things.
Right.
It's many
They'll
things.
fix the massive things. Like, regardless. follow me on this journey if you give me a
Oh,
moment of
fuck.
your time.
Okay, I'm ready.
You play
Take
this
me down
game,
the
you
rabbit
like
hole.
it, you're like, this is cool, and then you find there's a sequel with Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
Oh my god, one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life, right?
Agreed.
Can't believe that there's going to be a trilogy. Oh my god, a third game comes out. Are you ready to finish the fight? Are
Yeah.
you ready? Yeah. Okay. Now imagine all that happens and the ending is so bad that you literally are turned off from the whole series. That's what Mass Effect 3 did to me.
I just don't get that, like,
Okay.
at all.
Because
At all.
Because I played this game for so many years and everything that my Shepard had done. It's like you walk up to the spoilers, I guess, but you walk up to
Spoilers for the ending of Mass Effect 3.
Like, you walk up to the
Yeah.
ending, and it's like, this little god kid is like, oh, you gotta pick red, blue, or green. And I'm like, alright, well, Shepard, that I've been playing, would have shoved the man through the window and shot God in the face and said, no, I'm just gonna do my own thing. But it's like, no, you literally have to pick red, green, or blue. And, like, no matter what they tried to do after releasing, like, whatever they did to expand on that, it's still just like red, green, or blue. It doesn't mean anything. Like, you've taken, like, the entire journey, the Mass Effect, and you give
Oh my
me a
God,
color
the
choice.
Mass
It's like,
It's like it ruins the experience. Like,
but why? But that experience was so good for you. You literally played the first two
I know.
games like 20 times each.
I know.
Like, that's not
And I'll
even
play them
exaggeration.
again. Like, I will play them again, but I will not play 3 again.
It's 95%
And here's why.
a good game.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is!
No, because it like
Mass Effect 3 is so good!
Okay.
The ending sucks, but that's it!
Let me ask you this question, because I remember we had this conversation before too. Do you remember
Yeah,
like when
yeah.
you're going around the universe getting your war assets, which really didn't do anything because you could have 100 or 0 and nothing changed at all.
Really?
So the
War.
Hey, if you had 0, you just lose and the Reapers win. So that's
well, it doesn't matter because at the end of the game the mass things blow up anyway.
Yeah, the
you
Reapers
kind of
win,
lose and
so
Shepard
who cares?
dies.
no, you don't. There's 3 endings,
But
and
they're
none of them the
different
Reapers
color.
win.
It doesn't
Every
matter
time.
if they win or lose, though.
That's really
The
what
same
happens.
thing pretty much happens.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, but that's
The mass-
dumb!
the mass
It's
relays
still-
blow
it's
up.
still alive.
We're
No, but
getting
like,
off.
Yeah,
We're getting
everyone's
off.
still alive.
we are getting off
All I was
topic.
saying was like you're getting your war assets and you find like those Elcor, right? Big burly dudes, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, Elcor wear like friggin' rocket launchers on their backs,
Love
and
it.
like are like
Love
let's go like attack Earth and like fight Reapers, and like not once did I see an Elcor with friggin' Gatling lasers on his back. Like where were my war assets? Like that culmination of the fight was a letdown.
It's very disappointing.
I'll give you that.
It's like
That's fair.
3 games in, and you expect like this is the fight, and it's like I got to see more.
You didn't
Yeah, a
like
little
see
bit.
that like post that Elcor unit died.
Yeah, well,
They,
you know,
they're
disregarding
I
this.
thought it was like real for a minute. I was just like, is that like a thing? That might
So-
you might get a message.
I
That
mean,
might happen.
like, there is a way for me to justify this. The reason I will play 1 and 2 is because if you guys remember, at the end of 2, you can do many options, right? And one of them is Shepard dies.
yeah.
So I truly like to believe that, canonically speaking, Mass Effect 2 is the ending. Shepard died. Mass Effect 3 is just some kind of weird afterlife or something that never happened.
Fever dream.
Because there's no way a game can be that bad. Like, it's like the story was so good and real, and then 3 hits, and it's like a dream happened. Like, I want to wake up, but I can't wake up. And that's what I want to just never happen.
Oh my
So
god.
2, Shepard dies.
I
that's
can't
what
this
believe.
guy.
I'm sorry, man.
Alright.
It's almost like you just don't even believe it happened.
I'm still salty how many years later. So it's either be
Literally,
mad
I
for
don't
my
even-
life, or just like forget about it.
It's been 3 years now?
It's been probably longer, man.
Whatever.
Alright. That's all there is to say about that one, I guess. Right?
Sorry.
Like, hey,
It's got good
You
moments.
don't have to apologize.
No, I'm sorry. It does have good moments, but
I'm sad that you feel that way. I'm sad that you feel so wronged by that game. Because I really do believe that the first, like Ozzy said, like 95% of that game is really
no, you know what though? Like how I explained with Dark Souls, like I dropped the controller and I was like, man, I did it.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was like gonna pee myself. I was so excited. Mass Effect 3, like I can't believe this is gonna end.
I remember that.
And I remember like the exact opposite. I dropped the controller and I was like, that's it. Like
Did I finish
I was
it?
like, I've never been so let down in my life. Whereas like Dark Souls, I was like, I never felt like I had such a pat on the back before. Like, good job, man. You did it. You beat Dark Souls. Mass Effect 3 ended, and I'm just like,
Did I?
are you kidding?
I remember.
I like walked out of my room. I was like, I don't even want to play games for a while. Like gaming is dead. Like I don't know what happened.
I just
I-
have
I-
I just
I-
reevaluate my life.
I remember like the one day we were hanging out and you told your dad the ending of Mass Effect
Yeah.
3 and your dad was like, wow, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, my dad hasn't played any of those games, and I was like,
The ending sucks. I won't argue that.
but
fact.
it's like such a bad ending that it almost like transgresses like backward and hurts the game.
No,
you know?
I just don't agree with that, man. You know, it's like there's just so like all of the moments where like like the moment where you get to go to like the turning home world and it's like under attack by the Reapers. Like even the intro to
But it was
Mass
kind of
Effect 3 is
stupid.
pretty
Every
good.
home world was like, you go, they're like, oh, the Asari home was not being attacked until Shepard showed up in Reapers, and like all of a sudden, the Tyrion home world.
That's only that one though. The turning home world is under attack, and that's why you go there.
Like every planet you go to has Reapers. And like, why were you able to take?
Because the Reapers are attacking the galaxy.
Okay,
It's the whole
you
thing.
remember how Shepard was like, hey, look, a walking Reaper. I'm just gonna like laser cannon it.
That was bullshit.
That was
Total bullshit. That is the dumbest part of that whole game. I'll give you
And
that.
at the end of the game, when you're at the thing, Sovereign, friggin' Sovereign, that huge Reaper lasers you, a
Yeah.
little man, and you don't die when that thing goes through Citadel.
No, you're right. You're right.
There's just some wild
That's bullshit.
dream level in that game
You're
that
right.
does not make sense.
Yeah.
They
Because Shepard's
But they
dead.
established like a
Obviously.
tight
That's the
universe.
canon.
They established like a friggin' tight universe. Like they explained bringing a man back from the dead.
No, you're right. I'll
And
give
it's
you
like,
that.
And that just flies in the face of everything. That's
Those are valid complaints.
You cannot take a Reaper laser. Like if he can take it, like why are ships getting blown up?
Yeah.
Reaper lasers that.
Buildings.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
He can destroy Citadel crap.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Shepard just
I'll
got a
give him that
laser.
one.
He's like, I got laser, guys. Go on without me.
Shepard's
like,
face
you
is-
real? Which dies every game. At the end of the first one, I mean, when the second one starts up, you know, it's like he gets killed.
Spoilers.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, at this point, we're talking about the ending of 3, so it's like you want to really, yeah, spoilers, sure. I mean, like he dies at that, they rebuild him, and then it's like he can die again at the end, and then he dies again at the end of the third game. It's like all he does is die. Like he's a hero.
He's Jesus!
What would
And Jesus died once. He died 3 times.
Only twice.
No, I'm saying this guy died 3 times.
No,
Wait,
Shepard
he
only
could.
dies
Oh
twice.
yeah, great. Yeah.
what would be a better ending to Mass Effect 3?
I mean, like literally anything when what they did.
That's actually fair. I think a better than Mass Effect 3 would be
But
about
like,
like 5 minutes before it ends.
Not
I want
even
Rob
ending it.
Thompson's written version of what Shepard should have done at the end
I
of
will
Mass
like
Effect
write a
3.
thesis about this, but like off the top of my
Yeah,
head,
just right now. Like,
No.
what did he do? Did he just like whip a laser cannon off of a starship and fire it right at Sovereign? Like, what made that? Like, what makes it better for you?
they hyped up the Reapers as this unstoppable force, and if you like follow the way that the game goes, it's basically like essentially God or whatever that God kid, like whatever primal force of the universe, essentially set this cycle in motion. So honestly, like you set up an enemy that seems like legitimately undefeatable, and to pull like a BS answer like, "Hey, look, we found this plan for a gun that kills Reapers all of a sudden," and like let's go get it and make it.
How are they supposed to beat them though?
But it's like a BS.
Yeah,
It's like a BS story. Like
The
it
other
should have
thing
been
is
real
that,
about it.
like-
Like the Mass Effect universe was real. Like you go to like that's like
Did it not work?
Like
too?
Omega. Yeah, it didn't even work.
Yeah.
They go to the Mega.
No, it doesn't work. Yeah,
They go to the
that's
Mega
the thing.
Station and it's like this is CD placement,
Oh, it
like
works.
shit everywhere, and there's like
It doesn't. I mean,
I thought they like put the Citadel on the thing, and then they were just like, "Okay, we did it," but it's
No,
like not
no,
fun.
It
yeah.
works. It's directly involved in the ending, guys.
oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, he's right.
But it's not like a Reaper.
No,
It's
no,
just
well,
like
Is
the
that
Mass
what blew up
Relays.
the mass relays?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it fires
Just like
through the
really,
mass
really
relays.
retarded because like you're
Sorry.
taking like the Mass
Brain
Effect,
fart.
which
Wait,
makes,
keep your eye out for it, buddy.
and you're just like destroying all the mass relays, and that's like wait, so. It's kind of like how, like in Halo, they're like, "Hey, we know how to stop the flood. Kill everything else that eats
Yeah,
them."
it's actually
What
now they
the
bring
fuck
up,
is
it's
that?
strikingly similar to
That's, like,
Halo.
kinda
I've
stupid.
never noticed that.
And then all of a sudden they're like,
It's good observation.
and, like the mass relays blow up and like they're like kind of Halo's going across. And you're like, really? Like, okay,
Jesus
sure.
Christ.
And then Halo ends, and it's like, guys, we found another Halo.
Yeah.
And the end of Mass Effect 3 is like, guys, we might have found another mass relay.
Like seriously, what is that?
That's fair. I'll give you that, man.
I mean, you guys have kind of seen my side of this.
No, because I still disagree.
The only
with
thing
you.
that I drew from that is Halo and Mass Effect are actually kind of similar. That's really what I just realized.
So I think that's enough talk about Mass Effect 3. So I know another game that we wanted to.
None.
Great, I'll have to wait till I'm editing to find out. Anyway, so that's enough about Mass Effect 3.
Couldn't do God's work.
We're doing God's work, Skate and McGee. So we're gonna talk about LA Noire. Cutting to the chase here.
Yeah.
I hate that game. I hate it so
You're good
much.
to the chase. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I have never. That is a game where like I have never felt more upset that I spent $60 on a game than when I bought LA Noire. That game was.
And you paid $60. I'm sorry.
I bought it when it was new.
Right?
I was really excited. I thought it looked like a cool game, and it wasn't. It was boring. And again, like some of the mechanics were fun. Like I thought the interrogations were pretty cool. I thought like I liked looking for evidence and all that stuff, but the driving was shit. Like, the game is slow as hell, and again, like we mentioned, I don't mind a slow game. I don't mind a game that's less of a game sometimes. There's room for that. But God, that game is slow and boring in just the worst ways. It's like, I burnt out on that game, like, probably 50-75% of the way through. I didn't even see it through to the end, because I just was just like, God, I can't do this anymore. I can't play this game anymore.
I mean, alright, so I played like 2 hours of it and I came to the same conclusion, so I'll give you credit for getting that far.
God.
I guess I expected, because it was Rockstar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're thinking like GTA 4 going to come out before that?
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption, too.
Yeah, and these are solid games, and it's like another...
Red Dead Redemption is one of the best games of all time.
Right, and it's like, hey, these guys make great games. I mean,
Infinity War came out first, right? And then Red Dead used the same engine.
I can't check because my phone literally just died.
That's alright.
But no, I believe it was the opposite way around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Red Dead was out
No,
already.
definitely. No, Red Dead was first.
Yeah, it was out already before
Yes.
More.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you expected something good because it's not like they produced crap. And
No,
I
I mean,
got it, and
yeah.
it just was not anything I expected.
Was it the yellow suit? Is that
I wish. Like, it's everything you said. It was the driving mechanics. Like, it was more, like, what says it about a game that includes driving that it's more fun to let your AI friend drive for you?
Yep.
Very true.
Yeah, I would literally
It's like,
do that. I would just sit
rather
there
have him drive me there because I couldn't stand driving in that game.
Yeah, and when you couldn't skip the driving scenes, I would flip
Oh
out.
my
It was
gosh.
just
Yeah,
like,
I could leave the room, and I would leave the room. I cared so little about what was going on, and
Yeah.
that's the bottom line.
yeah, it's
It's
just
like-
it didn't keep
they're making a statement, man?
what that the 40s and 50s
Can't
was.
get out of traffic.
I mean, what was in the traffic? The car's maxed at like 30 miles per
Plus,
hour.
we're a damn cop! Like, put
Yeah.
on the sirens!
Yeah, and even then, your
That's
cop car
an
maxed at
abuse
like
of power,
30
guys.
miles per hour.
It's a video game, man. I'm all for realism in games, but you gotta let a game be a game sometimes, and driving is one of those times.
I mean, they had in the 20s was like, you know, the NASCAR era stuff was like the bootleggers and stuff. They made cars that went faster than
Just
the police
about
car
to
that
say.
I was playing in.
You know what would be a better game?
Yeah, bootlegging simulator.
Yeah, Prohibition.
Right? Prohibition.
Get on it, somebody. Internet.
Bootlegging
heard
simulator.
it here first, I guess.
Kennedy family.
Put a post in /VG Prohibition game right
No
now.
one's gonna make that.
Open a tab.
Nope.
Reddit.
No one's gonna do it.
Please.
Nope. Well,
Maybe.
nope.
All right, I'm gonna segue us. Don't do that. I'm gonna segue us again because everyone else here is just you're slacking. I'm doing all the slashes.
Oh. It's nice.
That's
Usually
why I
I'm
can't
gonna
make
make
it.
fun.
What are you doing?
You know.
Segue?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
I did
Jesus
it.
Christ.
You're
How did I get out twice?
You're an inhuman monster.
I know.
Okay.
It's like remember Tech Decks?
Yeah.
Tech Deck the video game? Because I thought we were talking about video games.
Yeah, it's
here.
really about that. Skateboarding toys. Anyway,
Totally
I
not
hate
pro
my
skater.
friends.
I hate you more.
My good friends.
I love you guys.
So I love you too, buddy. So
honest.
thank you for being a friend. All right, Golden Girls references. That's what they pay for here. It's like
There's 4 of us.
So now that we've meandered on that for about 2 minutes, I want to talk about Heroes of the Storm. It's a game that the 3 of us played and Jesse did not because he doesn't play PC games. That's
And
him.
MOBAs too, apparently.
Yeah,
Look at that.
it's only because he can't play them. I think he'd like them because he
Alright.
played. He
Yeah.
used to play Warcraft, and he said that it's like the same thing. And it's not, but it looks the same. But
It has the same engine pretty much.
yes.
It looks
So
like
speaking of Warcraft, Heroes of the Storm, Blizzard's MOBA. Their very, very late entry into the MOBA market after they lost Dota, which wasn't theirs, it was a mod, but they tried to get it, and Valve ended up winning that legal case. But yeah, so Heroes of the Storm, we all played it a little while. I remember for a while it was like we were really excited to get keys, and we were like kind of doing it in a regular rotation for a little while. I know for a while Thompson was super into it, but I think it's like a bad version of the Super Smash Brothers of MOBAs, where it's like, and not.
It's like the PlayStation All Stars of MOBAs.
I like that game, but yes,
But yeah, I know what you mean.
and I don't even play.
All Stars.
Oh, it's really good. We're gonna do Let's Play that, definitely. Jesse and I spent some time with it, but so. Not even to say that it's like a mashup where there's like all the characters from Blizzard games, because obviously that's what it is. If you're not familiar with Heroes of the Storm, it's a MOBA. It's all
got the Lost Vikings.
all the Blizzard characters in one spot. But it's that, like when you think of like technical fighters, you think of games like Street Fighter,
Yeah.
and we think of casual like party fighters, like we think of Smash Brothers,
Right.
and like that's kind of the distinction I make. Where like I think the randomness of the fact that like the maps are all like weird. Some of them are like some of the mechanics of the maps are really screwy. Some of them make sense. There's like that's always random. What characters are in your group?
What map mechanics don't make sense?
Not okay. They don't make sense, but they're not. There's tons of maps that, in my experience, whenever they would come up in the rotation randomly, every player would be like, I hate that map.
I mean, yeah, everybody has a map that they like and don't like.
But when it's unanimous that most players hate certain maps, and there's only
Okay.
certain ones that they want.
Right.
But and even not even that, because like I think the idea of rotating maps in a MOBA is interesting. But I think that like kind of the point of a game that's built to be like an esport or something like that is that there's that repetition, for lack of a better word.
There's a
You know, I don't mean that in a
constant-
mean way,
yeah.
but it's just that like a game of baseball is the same every time. There's not different shaped baseball fields. You know, like that's how I think.
Actually,
MOBA should
every
be.
baseball field is shaped differently.
Okay. That's maybe a bad example.
I mean, is that very trolling? Like, is that real?
No, he's not.
No, each stadium is built
stadiums
differently.
are different.
Yeah,
He's right.
All stadiums are different.
What I meant is that like the baseball diamond. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know, I'm just being
no, he's right though. He's totally right. Yeah, so maybe a football field's a better example.
I think I
yeah,
get
yeah.
what you're saying, man. Like the equality, like in League of Legends, like maps are always the same, the placements are the same, the bushes are the same.
And unless somebody's trolling the five
Yeah.
things are the same.
Yeah,
Like there's a
pretty
top laner, there's two people in bot, there's a mid laner, there's a jungler. Whereas
I mean,
in
the meta changes though.
no, the meta changes, but the positions don't.
Right, but the map and stuff
Yeah.
doesn't dictate how
Like-
like the character is good. Like some characters are better on certain maps than Heroes of the Storm, and that's just kind of weird. Like if you get matched with somebody,
Oh, that was obnoxious.
yeah, thanks.
Okay, so sorry, we're talking about some heroes are better on certain maps.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a hero that just excels at a map, that's just not fair. For
No.
It's not really like like you said, like a sport. It doesn't have balance between it because it's like, oh, the map does this.
I mean, yeah, it's not
Yeah.
as competitive.
no.
I mean, to be
even
fair-
for a MOBA.
It's not a very. I mean, it can be.
I mean,
very
MOBAs are super
People are very
competitive.
harsh, obviously, but like that's just MOBAs. And like you play a league and you go play Heroes of the Storm. I mean, it's a different game altogether. Your whole team levels up. It doesn't really emphasize you as the player. Like, if you're all the same level all the time because of your team.
Well, I
doing
think
stuff,
that's
you know.
supposed to encapsulate the feeling of Blizzard games.
Oh yeah, they want everyone to
Because whenever
That's
you
not
play,
MOBA though, at its core.
And I think
It's
it's
like
sort
you
of
are like the single guy on what you're doing.
what I'm trying to say is when you play a Blizzard game, you have your character that has a role that operates within the team.
Right.
And that's what Heroes of the Storm is trying to emphasize, is that you have a role within your team,
But it
and
doesn't.
it's perform with the team or die.
But that's the problem. Is like it's supposed to be that way, but the fact is that like it's impossible to perform really well as a team because like your team is always random. So it's like like I'm playing. Yeah, it is.
Unless you like play with your friends.
Unless you play with your friends.
Yeah.
League of Legends is the same way.
No, but it's not
Because there's like a definitive, like, there's a top, middle, and bottom lane, and like
and
things
they
go in
do
these places.
like you know that
And
there's
the
always an
champions
ADC
will
and a
change.
support in the bot.
The, like champions will change, like what's important, and like
I don't know, that's what I like about Heroes of the Storm, is the randomness of it.
I like,
But I like
That-
it. But it makes it like
but it's not like a true.
it's like fucking Mario Party.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like
It's like when I would like
No, I
play
see what
League,
you're
I'll
saying.
like break a sweat, and I play Heroes of the Storm, I'm like kicking back and drinking soda, you know?
Yeah.
It's like yeah, I'll play Heroes of the
Like I
Storm,
said,
whatever.
it's not
You
as
know?
competitive.
Bad
Yeah.
for drinking soda.
and it's like whatever. It's like I had fun with
Yeah.
the game, but I just
Yeah.
hit a point where I was just like, this game is just like every time I play it, I'm just like, why am I not playing League? You know, it's like this game is just not as good. It's just not as tight, and it's random. Like it's so random.
Well, that's why I don't play. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean we don't play it anymore.
Yeah, that's
It's
why
my point.
I don't play it, because
We all totally abandoned it.
Yeah,
I don't play either,
well,
really,
it's
so.
because of what you said. It's like, why would I play this? I could just play League, you know?
Like I literally remember the
I
last
just
time.
like League better.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I remember literally the last
I
time.
don't
Like,
hate Heroes.
I don't hate it, I guess, but I just like I don't know. I don't like it. Like
No,
it's
I
fine.
like Heroes.
But it's just every time I play it, I end up just being bored. And I find myself, like you said, like you're kicking back and
it only
drinking
takes
soda.
20 minutes to finish the match.
Yeah, but again, it's just like every time I would be like, can this just end? Like, can this game just be
Yeah.
over?
You
if
know
I
what?
can
That's
stop
another
playing?
thing. After like 5 minutes in, you know you're going to lose in that game. It's like, remember every time we were like, why can't we like just surrender after like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
We would joke about that all the time. And it's like, we would literally sit there and like, we have 15 minutes to go, like, what are we even doing here?
Yeah.
And what also I hate, and I think like to take it back to the thing about everyone leveling up at the same time, it makes it so that it's impossible for players to stand out. Like if you're on a team with bad players and like you can't make a play that's gonna like bring your team back and like give you that chance to like now gain some ground. Like you need to have everybody coordinating on like these things. And there's nothing wrong with that, I guess, but I don't know. I think the flow of the game is so screwy. It's like you can't even focus. Like there's no laning phase or anything like that because you're constantly like, okay, like we're in the lane. Oh, no, I gotta run over here and get this medallion so I can become a dragon, or I gotta go run and fight some zombies in a thing and get skulls or fight plants. And it's just like, why am I doing this? You know, it's like, it just, why do we have all these, like, side objectives that are just, like,
it tries to force team fights.
Yeah, it
really.
forces team fights.
That's it.
Like, yeah, it does, but, like, you know what else forces team fights? Yeah.
It should happen naturally.
The game.
It's just,
Like,
play the game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's just what happens.
Like, defend your base.
Right.
That's what forces a team fight.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
I don't know.
I'll agree.
These are all valid concerns I agree with.
Yeah. So, that's my 2 cents on that. And that seems like you think we could
Fair.
enough, right?
It's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
I
guys.
think I have a nice little ranking over the Colts.
Yeah, right there.
But it's like your friend. You kind of like tell her like, listen, I'm not like your best friend, but like, hey, we're still cool.
Yeah, we're fine.
We'll hang out one day.
We're okay. Yeah, I
Probably in
might.
a week.
Maybe. One day.
Yeah, like maybe a month.
I don't like hats. Take them out of Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, like.
Now we can.
Alright guys, so that wraps it up for this episode of Slacking Cast. If you like this video, make sure, or I guess audio if you're an audio listener over on SoundCloud, thanks for listening. If you guys like this podcast,
That's what it is, right?
yeah, that's what it is. Well, I'll find a more
You sound unsure.
I'll find a more graceful way to end this next time. If you liked whatever this program is, you please like it, share it, subscribe it on YouTube, do the same things on SoundCloud. Don't interrupt me. SoundCloud. You talk on SoundCloud. The SoundClouds. And you can follow each and every one of us on Twitter. It's going to be showing up right here. If you're an audio listener, we've got Jesse_Who, that's HOO. That's Loud_Pete, Ozzy of the Mojave, and Relic Vampire on Twitter. You can also follow at @slackandslash on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and visit us at slackandslash.com. And until next time, thanks for watching, guys.
Call Rob Thompson, Relic Vampire, because he's old.
Thanks.
He's a relic and a vampire.
Yep. You got it. You nailed it. Okay. Let's get some food.
I'll nail you, Thompson.
Thanks.